Alright, what's up guys? How are you doing? So today I'm gonna be showing you guys the best operator upgrades and skills for Acai. And first let's start with the upgrades. And this one you can't really choose anything extra, but we got ourselves some extra magazines. Went with the cooldown instead of stamina. I don't really feel that if you have about 600 stamina, you really need more. I think you just have to manage your stamina better. We can't really choose between that because we're not playing ranked. So we're probably not gonna get these. Though it's 4. 4 is actually real good, probably for ranked. But usually play casual because rank is actually a long way from the queue times. So we're not gonna be talking about that. Basic reserves, you got 2 of them. Poison and bleeding, immune to that. Instead of getting the 5 HP, we decided to go for a little bit of movement speed, which I think actually helps us a lot. You can inflict now poison, which does 15 damage, and the nice thing about it is that you can actually shoot the wall and get the person at the back of it if it's a thin wall, like the little blocks that the players hide behind, like on maps like Emil's Residence or the shopping mall. These little walls that the snipers go behind, you can actually hit them the little puff of smoke behind it. Now this is where it actually gets a bit nutty. So you can actually choose to like fire one shot, which is the 2 shots at the same time. So you'll be pressing once and you'll get 2 shots off at the same time. I actually had that, but I realized that you're basically penalizing yourself for missing. So if you miss a lot, which is when you panic, you're gonna most likely die reloading. And I learned that the hard way, and you will probably too, because after choosing being able to actually shoot your bullets one by one, I noticed that I was one-shotting people much more often. And it's probably just the whole build. So if you copy the whole build, then you'll probably have that happening. And I'll show you guys the gameplay of it. I'll post the gameplay after so you guys can see it. Me and my friend is coming on, so you'll see it. I'll put it in the end screen or in the comment section, so check it out after. I realized that I was one-shotting players already, and support players, some of them I was even actually one-shotting them because their builds was different. See, back in the days, didn't really have builds, so we're just playing the full health of the operator and whatnot. But now that there is builds, some people are just going for different things like more ability and range and stuff, and they are forgetting to get armor and more health. So you find yourself even destroying support players when you're supposed to actually take a little bit more time to actually destroy them, because of that whole build system. Some things are very appetizing, other than just having health, being able to stun people and stuff. But yeah, I find myself was killing people a lot, one-shotting them. And with this, you actually get some little bleed duration, effect duration of like 5 seconds. So you get about 20 HP on the person or something like that. 5 times 4, that's 20 HP on the person, and that's actually pretty good. And this you can't really choose on it, so we're not going to think about that. We have the flight speed. I actually went to the flight speed instead because I find that you couldn't really like range heal, because he's supposed to be something like a little range healer. Not the best range healer, I would say. Obviously the best range healer would probably be Freya, or then you can say Miguel with his drone flying around. And I decided, no, you know what? Let's sacrifice the 5 HP for being able to heal someone from a distance. We went with armor. That's pretty obvious. Stamina. He has enough stamina to work with. Health. Yeah, you can think about the health, but I think 90 is usually a nice little sweet spot, especially when you're getting armor instead. So it means that you can always mitigate the damage that you are getting, which is always good. Armor is always good, always a good pickup than health, because mitigating the damage is easier, trust me. Because if you just had 100 health and no armor, what will happen is that if the person gun does 100 damage, and let's just say they have 100, they don't even have to worry about armor penetration. Once the person doesn't have any armor on them, you do the exact damage that your gun does within the range that it does, and then you will just kill a person one shot. But if they have armor, it will take a little chunk of it, and it will deal with the penetration of the person's gun, if you guys understand what I'm saying. So we went with a little bit of ammo capacity, got an extra 3 rounds, obviously, to get more heals without having to reload and stuff. Your ability actually reloads your healing launcher, but I mean, you just want to have more shots before you have to reload. You could actually go with rate of fire, but I said no. I would think that rate of fire would actually be more helpful than having 3 extra rounds. So that's 21 extra HP. I say, well, no. And here you can choose between the special gear removing burn effects and actually inflicting slow. No, I was thinking, well, maybe I might need the slow. The burning for sure, nope. You're not gonna have time to really mitigate that from someone when they're getting shot from burn. That would really make sense. So obviously I was going to the radius, so I could actually, and its radius is 0.3, which is not that much, but it's kind of bugged with the. But if you do that, you can see it. You can see it change here. So yeah, we just went to the radius because it makes a lot more sense, being able to do that puff of smoke behind the walls and just being able to have a little leeway for trying to heal your teammates, because you want to have to actually just aim on them. Then you're really tunnel vision, because this guy is tunnel vision when he's healing. To be honest, you're just like watching one person trying to heal them. Trust me, you're gonna probably die from a flanker or something like that. So you need to always have this to help you out with just hitting the floor by the person and they get healed. We went with 2-second cooldown. Stamina wasn't really an issue. So by eliminating someone, I don't really think I'm gonna need 30 stamina. So the cooldown obviously is gonna help. It's 2 seconds, not that much, but yeah, I think it's gonna help. Hitting with the special gear, it doesn't really, I don't really feel that really making a lot of sense. But reloading after eliminating someone is actually real good. You're gonna need that because it's a shotgun and you're gonna probably be missing or whatever it may be when you're panicking, and you need that 30% reload speed, which is obvious. Here you can see there are no freaking modules to choose from. So yeah, the old default side that's there, you're pretty much gonna stay like that until probably they come up with a skin, probably a paid skin too, that has some kind of horns or something on it that gonna make you be able to aim better, which is going to kind of be pay to win. If you guys know how the skins go in the game, a lot of them that are legendary actually have less clutter, which kind of makes it kind of pay to win. But on the other hand, there are free skins, and there are skins that you can get from in ranked and stuff like that. So put your money outside. So moving on to skills, we have hemostatic serum. What I usually do is I switch around hemostatic serum with actually R&R. So when I see a Odin on the other team, or maybe a flasher or stunner or whatnot, what you want to call them, I usually change that. I'm telling you, on my builds, I usually interchange this with them. Obviously, I'm not gonna put self-treatment on him because his ability to reload his healing gun actually gives you 40 healing, so that's actually real good. So bringing him up to 105 is actually kind of better. And when you see a stun guy on the other team, obviously that's what you use. I didn't find the cooldown but decreasing HP would be a good choice for him, because you don't want to bring him down to like 70-ish HP. That would be kind of messed up. Next, we have readiness, which is obvious. Having a shotgun and doing that 15% extra damage actually is gonna come clutch. I didn't see anything here again that would have made sense for him, so I didn't do it. Weapon systems, I thought that heavy barrel was the best thing because you are getting short damage rather than range. Penetration, or even having range and losing your headshot damage. I thought that heavy barrel would just be a no-brainer for him right there. 40% recoil doesn't really make sense on the shotguns anyways, because half of the time you're not even aiming down the sight to even see anything like that. So this is actually perfect. And why it's actually perfect is because let's just look at his stats right here. Okay, so comparing to Mikola does 103 damage, right? 103 damage normally. Now, with the extra 25% you get from heavy barrel and readiness, hitting them at the perfect range, right? You get 128, right? 128, and that's for his base damage. You get him to 128. That's Mikola. And then for his headshot damage is actually 150. I should actually click Mikola for you guys to see what I'm talking about. So his damage would be 150, but with the extra 25%, it would be 187. So 150, 87 for the headshots. Now let's check back with Açaí. He's a little bit more lacking. He's actually a little bit more lacking. So for his damage itself, his base damage, he does 112, which is about 10 more higher than Mikola's normal damage. And actually, with the 25%, he does 140, which is a lot higher in terms of Mikola's normal damage, even with the boost of the 25% from these two skills. That's what I'm talking about. And then we have his headshot damage, which is actually coming up to 136 compared to Mikola's 150, and then 156 compared to Mikola's 187. But he does have a fun kit, so obviously that changes everything. For the end, I decided to go with short step because I just thought that having 10 sprint course is actually a lot, and as long as it's kind of more than 10, I usually would go to snug fit. And I remember snug fit is actually where I have readiness, so that's no brainer that I'm not gonna pick it there. So I had to pick it somewhere to help with the stamina, so we got short step instead, which used to be my favorite before the whole patch thing where they changed everything around. Yeah, Vengeance might actually come in clutch. No, I didn't use first aid, emergency aid, because, well, I just find that I was reviving people fast, and it wasn't really an issue. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll post the gameplay so you guys can check it out in a separate video because this one is too damn long, and I'll see you in the next one. Of course, we're going with stems and armor. I mean, come on.